Good day and welcome to a GTA playlist with your favourite people. It's Hat Films, and we're actually playing Grand Theft Auto again. And for some reason, my radio's on. I'll turn it off. Don't worry about the radio. It's gone.
Still on.
Right. It's been a long time since we played this game. Right? Too long. But not so long that we've forgotten how to play games.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on.
Oh.
A little bitch. Sorry. No, I'm not there.
I can't hear my car. Is it electric?
It is a Tesseract. Man, when was the last time we did a GTA playlist, do you reckon? I want a date and time.
I don't know.
Oh, no, it's not
that long ago. I'm going to say early 2020. Screw it.
You reckon?
There we go.
I don't think we've done it.
Early 2020. I reckon we might have done a couple, like, early on in the year.
What, before the pandemic we were aware of?
Before the pandemic,
we're just
maybe.
like, you know what, let's just do a GTA playlist.
Sure. I think more likely early 2019, but I would gamble. I would gamble on the 2020, maybe, but yeah. I can't remember doing it in 2020. But then again, can any of you really remember anything from the last year and a half?
No,
really?
it's an absolute blur.
It's gone away.
1.5 years.
It's so weird. It's just like like it really is going to be like that. There's going to be just 2 years of our life where we're just like, oh, I just jumped out of my car. That's how I feel about this whole thing. But I've got a parachute.
He's gone.
It's fine. It's fine. Where's my car? I'll track it on the way down. I'm plunging through the air. Oh, yeah, I think that's the wrong way.
Oh, that's really
the fact that a lot of people have just seen the same surroundings for so long. It's probably
I paint my walls every day. That's a top
You just forget. You forget the year because the events were minimal.
Indeed.
Like,
or it was all online.
Like, I almost don't pay attention to the calendar year anymore. Do you get that? Where you're just like...
Yeah, I'm going with that.
You threw yourself off. For God's sake, what was that for? I was on foot, God damn it.
You were on foot and I got you good. I mean, it cost me as well, but still.
Worth it.
Oh, man.
Totally worth it.
No, yeah,
I've switched from Roman to Mayan.
Have you?
The Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
It's tough. It's hard to understand, I'll be honest. There's a lot of apocalyptic moments and events.
Hasn't it already ran out? Have you had to what have you started?
Did it end at 2012?
No, I got the 2021
one. Restart? Was there a 2021? Okay.
Even though it's not technically 2021, because that's Roman.
Right.
Maybe I got a knockoff one, actually. I got it on Amazon.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, you can get knockoffs.
Hey, guys, what do you call a nun on a hike?
I don't know.
A Roman Catholic.
Nice. I like it.
That's good. She's roaming.
Yeah.
Do you get a male nun? Just wondering if that's...
that would be a vicar.
Doesn't make any sense either way, does it? I don't know. Would it be a vicar shot just because they're a man, they're a vicar? I'm not sure we can speak about any of it with any kind of
come on. We know that... What do we know from Sister Act? What did we learn from
a monk?
Of
course, it's a goddamn monk.
No, it's not.
A monk is a... Is that right?
It's not, though.
That's not.
Is it? You can't.
That's not the same.
You can't say that there's an opposite to
monk isn't a get out of jail free card.
Like, what do you mean?
They don't. All the roles. Well, there isn't an opposite to the Pope. There isn't like the anti-Pope, is there? Like they're not they're not binary roles. A nun is simply a nun. There's no male version of a nun that they call a different thing. It's not like, you know what I mean? They're not necessarily related. Like we're barking up the wrong tree here. It's all just made up. So like none of it really is based in any kind of...
Sorry,
no.
You can't just...
you can't say it's just all made up. Like it's not... Like... That sounds big. It just sounds like a conspiracy. Is it a conspiracy?
It's not a conspiracy. It's just an organisation that... I mean, it's so... I mean, honestly though, it is quite interesting, isn't it, that we live in a world where like the Catholic Church has like an entire country / city state thing that operates like that's kind of crazy.
If you want to go back 2,000 years and write the best story ever written,
it was pretty good.
Feel free.
It's
pretty good. There's lots of stories. It's an anthology of stories, and there's a lot of them. Well, this
is it. Yeah, it's great for people to riff off of, isn't it?
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, a lot of jumping pairs, a lot of writing prompts.
You're not wrong. Like it is a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, it's up there with like 50 Shades and
Yeah, for sure. And Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Silmarillion. Silmarillion's closer to it, I think.
Silmarillion.
It's just a scattering of like lore and stories.
Yeah. I mean, like if we had a really convicted or this enthusiastic and zealous troop of monks that went around preaching the word of the Silmarillion as if it were true, and if they had an audience whose education was as lacking as it was back thousands of years ago, you know.
Of course,
I think that the reason part of the reason Christianity took root is probably because the conditions at the time led the population to feel like it was something they wanted to believe in, right? Like,
right,
I think you
well, it was written down, and when something's written down, that's kind of like more. That was an impressive thing.
It's the human condition that makes you want to believe, isn't
being
it?
sarcastic, it was impressive. It's like, this is a story. Someone's handed this down from God knows where.
Okay, so going
happen.
back to the Silmarillion then, if we were in that state, in that perfect situation where an audience would be receptive and we had the right set of ideas, which is essentially, what this is about, how would you pitch the Silmarillion? Like, what are you going to tell them about first? The Horse Lords? Would you say that?
I'll be honest, my knowledge of Silmarillion is so little that
You'd start talking about the Ents first.
Straight away.
All right, so Trot, you tell me that there's these Ents, right? So what are you telling me? Go on, pitch it. Like, have you heard the good word?
I don't know.
The word of the Ents.
I mean,
go on, tell me something. I'm a punter. I'm ready to listen. I need hope.
You see that right there that you're leaning on right now?
Yeah.
I'd hate to break this to you.
Oh, God,
we all know that.
Don't do it. I'm on the edge anyway. I'm very
tree, right?
Yeah.
Right, go on. And why is that
tree is alive, and I don't mean in like it grows and it has leaves and things. I'm telling you, there is a face somewhere at the top of that tree, and that they have conversations.
I lean on this tree every day, waiting for my cart to take me to work with all the other people.
And it knows you're there.
But I've never seen this ever. I've never seen a tree have. I mean, sure, some of them look like they have faces, but that's just the bark.
Well, that's what they like you to believe. They like
imagine
to
walking into
live
IKEA
in
and I can see the face in the wood, the wood grain. I can see the Ent's face.
The Ent face. I feel so.
Yeah.
It's in the side of my Billy bookcase.
So I've seen a face in the side of a Billy bookcase, Trot, and I'm like, all right, this guy might have something. All right, so where do I go to see the Ents and praise the Ents? How do I do it? What are the things I should do?
It works better if you're a hobbit, because I think Ents are partial to hobbits. Have I told you about hobbits before?
You just threw that in there, Trot. You threw that in there like it was nothing.
Hobbits
what's a hobbit?
A type of people which like to keep to themselves, much like the Ents, which is probably why they have a lot going for them and a lot of companionship there. They like to live in holes and hillocks and away from society, like us, which is why you don't see many of them. They're very small. They come up to like hip height from the average human.
Yeah.
And like the southwest of England, they are like very local. They like hairy feet. It's like the people in the southwest.
They like hairy feet, or they have hairy feet.
They learn to love it.
So they seek it out. They seek out other.
You learn to love it.
People.
If that's the only option you have, then of course it's going to be a preferential thing.
Are hobbits aware of bacteria? Just throwing this out there in terms of they openly walk around, barefoot with their hairy feet out and stuff.
I hate to break this to you, Ross.
I think some of them put their feet up on tabletops. I'm just wondering, are they? Because sometimes I think, I can't believe my dog's done that, or he's rolled in that. But he's not aware of. He's not aware of bacteria.
They have a super robust immune system. Like legit, they would do. Like they literally live in the soil. Like the soil is where a lot of your microbial exposure comes from.
Also, I reckon
which helps you build your immune system.
Much like bigger dogs have more complications, they are smaller, and I think they have a more efficient body that can handle longevity. They live longer than the average, don't they? Human.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
What, bigger dogs? Well, it
they're
depends.
hardy.
Well, I mean, Bilbo was 130, wasn't he, on his,
only because of the ring
birthday?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, exactly, and that was only because of the ring. And then when he got rid of the ring, he aged like quite quickly. Like when he's later seen, and I believe is it Lothlorien? I think he appears much older when he gives the shirt to Dildo, his son.
His son Dildo. You know Dildo? Dildo Baggins is his son, right?
Sully his name. Anyway, I'm glad you're on board with all this. That I've mentioned.
Yeah,
Ents
I'm in. I mean, this is a great story.
Fully in.
How do I be part of this? Where do I go to see the Hobbits?
This was our history. Dare I say? This happened.
So am I related to Hobbits?
You could not you. Definitely. As I look up,
Not
more likely me.
So who am I related? Am I related to the Ents? Am I a tree man?
You're more likely to be related to an Ent, yeah, or an orc.
Nice.
Which, as we all know, are a naughty elf.
Actually, I think it's only the Uruk-hai that are elf kin.
I believe they all are.
They all are?
Yes.
I thought that Uruk-hai were the results of breeding elves with orcs.
I think orcs are just corrupted elves.
Okay.
How are they made? Because they pluck them out of the ground, like they're kind of peeled
like
out,
veg,
out
like
of their shell, like root veg. Yeah. Are they planted, or do they have a mother? This is stuff that they didn't cover. Obviously, they didn't have time. Even in the extended editions, there's so much you could probably cover. But I've fully read the books. So, do they mention how they were spawned? Is there a biological reason they are the way they are? Or
birth from magic, maybe?
They just meet monsters from the ground.
Also, apparently Uruk-hai are half human, half orc, and that's what allowed them to walk in the sunshine. Original.
But they don't have a mother.
From elves, yeah. Well, they seem to be digging them out of the ground, didn't they? Which leads me to think that there's some sort of spawning process or a pod.
I'll tell you what, though.
Say?
Like they were like pods,
right?
Yeah, and it was really satisfying seeing them kind of like peel out of there. It was like an oddly satisfying moment where they were getting.
You do like zit popping.
In a way, this was the ultimate zit popping because an Uruk-hai came out of it. You know,
that would be the best.
The Boromir Slayer himself.
Whoa! Spoilers.
Sorry, I know.
I'm just trying to get Smith on board.
I know it was out in 2001.
Not Boromir.
God, it's 20 years old.
Oh, I like Boromir. No, I don't want to be part of this religion. Not in a world where Boromir dies.
Boromir! Don't tell me Boromir's dead. Do I get to meet him in the afterlife? Yeah, right then. Fair enough then. I'll meet Bori.
Did anyone see that? You know that meme of that?
Super hands, isn't it? Talking about.
There's a meme going around the internet. It's been going around a while of that little hand puppet, awkwardly there's two frames and it's awkwardly looking at the camera and then looking away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen the Lord of the Rings one where it's just like Legolas speaks a load of Elvish and then Aragorn shouts, "Then I shall die as one of them," and it does that awkward face.
And they're like men at arms or something like that.
Yeah, nearby.
I don't think I know.
It's like local village watch or whatever as they overhear the conversation. Yeah,
I shall die as one of them. What?
Oh, we're dying. Oh, I didn't. I hoped we weren't gonna have to die. No. We're probably dying. Ah, okay.
So
imagine
good.
that. Imagine being at the front line of any melee-based war.
It's awful. It's like when you see it lined up in films, which actually it looks quite gritty and horrifying. Like even in like something like Braveheart, where they are literally just a bunch of guys in a field with a bunch of instruments,
just beating the
crap
out
let's
of
see what happens.
Implements.
And the horses just sweep through them like it's nothing. Yeah. No, that would be horrifying. But I mean, fair play that they did it.
Every kill is like one or two moves, and not like some guy repeatedly bashing somebody's head in with a mallet.
Oh God, that's what it would
because
be.
they have to like smack through their helmet to kill them, so they're just having to tirelessly smash away until the guy that's screaming inside stops
screaming.
There's a brutality to it. Yeah.
Oh.
Like. That's what I really liked. The King a little while back.
Wait, is that the one with the French dude as well,
or something like that? Yeah,
Chalamet.
It's got,
Timothy Chalamet.
Nice one. Timothy Chalamet. And it's also got Cedric Diggory in it. What's his name?
Yes, Cedric. The guy, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, Batman to be.
Batman to be is also in it, and he's really good.
Yeah,
as well.
He was good in it. He was very cocky, and then it was hilarious what happens. But yeah, you should watch it. But yeah, like you say, that one portrayed quite a lot of the raw energy that you'd expect
Brutality,
on a muddy, rainy battlefield with just men fearing for their lives, but also just having to hammer away.
And also just how inelegant it is, not every combat would be like 1 or 2 strikes with a sword and then they just fall away quietly and die. It's like, no, that you're exhausted. This is miserable. You're slipping around on the floor because your goddamn armor's so heavy. Like, that's the reality of fighting in that stuff, and it's just...
It's like watching
really cool, really good to see.
Videos on the fight porn subreddit, and then you see the reality of how fights and how stupid they look really.
You must see it when you go to like LARP and stuff, that people maybe think that they're kind of like sweeping around, like swinging wildly. Yes, one kill, one shot, like that fantasy style killing is very different.
So historically, the most commonly used weapon is, I think, the spear. And you can tell, like, as soon as you go into a fight in one of those LARP things, like, it's a couple of thousand people trying to hit each other with something, right? Yeah. And immediately
you don't want to be near those things.
Anyone like a 6-foot spear, and they can poke something, But you give them something else, like say they've got to navigate a shield and a sword, or like heaven forbid, like 2 swords or something like that, and try and make it look elegant or effective. It's just so difficult, like. So it's cool. It's interesting to. I mean, obviously, it's kind of almost irrelevant now, because hopefully we'll never be in a time where we're killing each other with melee weapons.
I know, that's quite the regression. It's just going to be, you'll hear the whistling from above, and then it's over. Oh,
past the nuclear winter. That sound?
Do you see that? Oh, over.
That's it. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
And then we crawl out of our wreckages as small little tribes. There's the new currency is fuel and milk.
The new currency, I think, is going to be those vape batteries, because they're high output lithium cells. Honestly, and there must be fucking millions of them now, because I think even Tesla used them before they went to their own formed batteries. They're 18650s. It's like a standard lithium battery size for like all sorts of stuff. They will be the currency, believe me.
Yeah. Will they finish HS2 by then? Come on.
No, but all of the Tories will finish selling the fucking houses they bought.
Yeah. Will the train be finished, though? Is the HS2 supposed to be...
We can finally get to the north quickly, and it's absolutely decimated by a lack of funding. But I don't want to go up to the north at 300 kilometers
Please,
an hour.
it's all fire.
What do you mean I can use the internet? What? No. You mean it's pointless? This is so strange to me. We could have never seen this coming.
Now being posted, but scams for oxygen tanks. Oh, Jesus. God, this is the darkest timeline. Oh, Jesus, we fell into the darkest timeline.
We have been for a while now.
Oh man, it's like Bo Burnham's. Oh, look at this. Bo Burnham's new show, Inside on Netflix.
Let's talk about that for a bit. I've actually seen it.
Good.
Actually watched the thing.
You've seen it. Trust watched the thing.
I watched it.
That's great.
Yeah, it's very
good.
I loved it.
Man, his white girl Instagram song is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's
so catchy.
The funniest one. Whereas all the other ones are a bit more insightful and reflective.
There's a couple like that. Like
there's a few good ones. Like the internet one as well is good.
Yeah,
like a little bit of everything all of the time, which is really interesting.
So good. I love like the sort of devious, mad creator vibe that had.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it scary to you that he's younger than us?
I mean,
not necessarily.
Not really.
I mean,
you're
what
terrified
do you mean by
that prospect?
Terrified.
I felt
intimidated by someone so creative and I guess inspirational, and they're younger than us.
I mean, the guy is
that
just
scary?
Ridiculously talented. He's
like he did all that himself. That's like filmed it all himself as well.
I never really truly got Bo Burnham. He's a bit of a cynical, smart ass on stage, right? I started watching, a stand-up, the last one he did, before he quit for a bit, and it was really funny and stuff, and like very witty, but like there was an air of ego to him, which I didn't fully get on with as much as I do with this Inside, where he kind of ripped that all to shreds.
Well, it's gone.
It's a lot more human.
Ego's disappeared in that one.
Yeah. I kind of respect him a lot more because he's showing his creativity in a very different light, as opposed to being look at me on stage kind of thing. And there are a couple of moments where he's like, he goes to sit at the piano, he's like, fuck you, I'm doing what I want. Just because I'm sitting at the piano doesn't mean it's a new song. And it's like, that's kind of funny, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
it's one of those things that, like, I saw several. I just cut him off completely. I've seen some people, reviews which just didn't really get it, or like obviously were never in the similar headspace that he has obviously been in through the last year. So it's quite hard to relate if you've not been thinking about some of the things he mentions.
With that new insight, obviously, I know that it's all a performance, and it's performative that he's got that ego, and he was having panic attacks and stuff. So yeah, a lot more respect for the guy, and he showed his creative chops in a very cool way, I'd say. Makes you jealous of what he was able to achieve in that tiny room.
Yeah, with the limitations he had in terms of just cinematography alone. Very impressive. Just using the space he had.
Just framing and stuff. Really nice, he's just got himself.
Really nice vibe to it. The camera looks great. Like, the texture on that film was awesome. Lights and projector was just super simple. Like, it's not like, I think what was interesting is he didn't really do anything people hadn't already thought of. He just made it look quite good doing, like, people have fucked around with lights in the same way he has, but his ability to, like, record a live vocal and flicker light at the right time is just quite good, isn't it? Like,
it's a practice to
it, like little, like, competencies that just show how good he is at it. Like,
just the little thing where he had his mobile light phone where he just like did that to the beat and panned around his head.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pretty smart.
Yeah, no, I really loved it. I mean, his voice and the songs he came up with and stuff were just awesome. I think also he's very good at handling some of the awkward elements of video creation. Like when he was talking about, like, I'm actually getting paid for this. Like, like he's like the sort of difficulty of being a person that complains about the way the digital world is, whilst also being paid for a piece of media to put on a huge digital platform. Like, he was very good at, like, saying, yes, that is what's going on, but, like, deal with it. Like, it wasn't very like, he was very well done. He's not very clumsy when it came to things like that, and I quite appreciate that too. It
can so easily be pooed.
It can exactly, and he's very good at covering his ass for not. I really enjoyed it.
Some of his earlier stuff, covers that as well, in terms of how, I guess there's so much greed in, like, capitalism and stuff. It's surprising, surprising the themes he's covered in the past. But also, did he do YouTube before? I swear he's like...
Yeah, he did.
He did his own YouTube channel, right? So, like, because watching that literally gave me just a full, like, kind of... He knows what he's doing in terms of, like, that is what YouTuber does. They sit down and make videos in the bedroom. Not necessarily as high quality as that.
The bit where he's a streamer is, like, dead on as well. Like, absolutely dead on. Where he's just like... Everything he says, the way he looks. He's using an SM7B as well. Like, he changes the mic he's using, the one we're using right now. Just to give that look, and like it's just everything's done so well. Very, very competent.
Yes,
it's just really awesome to see.
Oh, you got through, Jesus!
What a troll at the end there. Yeah, he's very on the pulse of internet culture.
Dante, thanks for the 4 months, man.
It didn't look like kind of
cutting himself off with those. It
wasn't like a tired look at the internet, which you often get with comedians, where they kind of skirt it and touch upon it, but don't fully understand it. Whereas Bo Burnham seems to really get it, like current trends and stuff.
Yeah, it was like a look inside himself as well, because obviously he's a creator in that sense, and now he's, I guess, way bigger than that sphere of things. But like the reflection of him looking at his own stuff on his own phone, right? That was quite an interesting angle, and obviously how kind of just you compare yourself to your previous stuff all the time. That's something that I saw loads of other people on YouTube and stuff who saw that and related immediately to how you just look, I don't know, a bit downtrodden by the fact that, can I do that again? Can I be that person again?
Was it good enough anyway?
That was quite interesting. Yeah,
trying
exactly.
To relive
and
the happiness
was that
almost.
what he wanted it to be? But
Well, I'm got the big W today, so maybe you two need to look at yourselves at this video again as to why you didn't come first. And
why didn't we come first? Come on.
I'll be like, why can't I reach these glorious highs ever again? But until then, I'll revel in it, and I hope you all revel in that sub button by smashing it. Oh. And we'll see you in the next GTA Online playlist, because there is another one coming. Bye.
Bye. See ya.